Hey everybody, you are at the right place, right time for the 6 secrets of the world's highest achievers. I'm really delighted to offer you this free hangout webinar, and I'm going to go through a slideshow at the beginning with asking you a lot of amazing questions. So if you haven't already, grab yourself a pen and paper. I'm so glad that you are here. And also a glass of water, because the world's highest achievers really take care of their bodies. So be sure that you've got hydration, pen and paper ready, and we are going to go quickly through the presentation, and then I have a surprise for you at the end. I won't stop for your questions until the end, but do jot them down, because if you are participating live, that's one of the benefits of showing up live, is that I will leave time for Q&A at the end of the presentation. So in the wild, sexy, free international community, we really pay a lot of attention to getting present. So be sure you turn off your cell phone, turn off any notifications that might beep and take you away from really getting the most out of the presentation today. And again, I am so glad you're here, because this is really exciting stuff that I've got for you today. So now that you've gotten your pen and paper, your water, let's dive right in and start with some deep breaths. Close your eyes and breathe in all of the support and energy from the earth, right in and up the front of your body, out through the top of your head into the sky. Let it mix earth and sky. And then come back down into the crown, showering, flowing back down the back side of your body, back into the earth, releasing anything that might distract you or keep you from getting the most out of this today. And let's do 2 more deep breaths, drawing that earth energy up the front of the body, out the crown of the head, mixing with the sky, coming back down through the crown of your head. Doesn't that feel great? And releasing down your back, back deep into the earth. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And open your eyes. Put a big smile on your face. Yes, smiling actually increases your immune response. So if you are not feeling smiley, I don't care. Put a pen between your teeth and just make it look funny, because that will actually give you a boost. No matter how you're feeling, that smile response on your face will boost your energy and your joy. And it's all about bringing the joy to yourself and everyone around you. The more that you can bring joy into your life, the more that you can contribute it to the world and everyone around you. All right, let's dig into the presentation. So excited. I'm gonna do a little. So yes, you're here for 6 secrets of the world's highest performing achievers with me, yours truly, Karyn Amore. I am one of 200 elite certified high performance coaches in the world, and it's in a very vibrant international community. And I am Agent 0011 for your mission possible. And we'll talk a little bit more about what that means at the end of the presentation. So moving right into what is high performance. It is excelling and succeeding above the standard norms consistently over the long term. So it's not just one peak, you know, you go all out, you burn out, and that's it. No, it's the consistency. So there are days when you're going to have to go all out, and then there are days when it's about more inward, and it's really striking that balance consistently over the long term. And even more importantly, on the next slide, you'll see that it's about feeling fully engaged every day with what you are doing, knowing where you're going, so that full engagement and joy and confidence that comes from consistently living your full potential. So not just being on your game once in a blue moon, but really having tools and practices that support you in getting there every single day. All right, and there are certain elements to the people who are the world's highest achievers. They tend to be open and observant to the present moment. And that is a characteristic that I love about my clients, is that they are open and teachable. They are self-reliant, but not to the point where they don't reach out when they need help, but they take responsibility for getting the help they need. And in that way, they know that they can find the tools, the mentors, what they need to continue consistently evolving and growing. They're future-oriented, so it's not just about, okay, today I'm going to do my best, and then I'm going to chill out for the rest of my life. It's really having a mission and looking at the small daily actions that create a legacy. They're challenge seekers. So yes, we love challenge in our life. And the world's highest achievers want to keep being challenged. They're connection lovers. It's all about relationship at the end of the day. We are human relational creatures, and learning how to deeply connect with each other in beautiful, meaningful ways is one of the richest joys in my life, and probably in yours too. They're creatively driven and expressive. So it's not the drive to prove something from their own, little, I have to show that I can do this. It's really being creatively driven to create new paradigms and to go for that innovation. And then they express it. They express it, whatever their art or craft is, be it technological innovation or artistic practice. They're going to go out and express it in the world. And they're meaning makers. So it's not, again, it's not just, I'm going to show you how great I am. It's to create and collaborate and contribute to the world. All right, so now that you've met the high-performing achievers, you know some of the characteristics. How do they do it every day? Well, they have a heightened and sustained level of clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. And we're going to go a little more into those areas right now on the next few slides. So to experience clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence, you need to master productivity, persuasion, psychology, your mind, your physiology, your energy in your body, and are you taking care of it? Your presence, how engaged are you with what is happening here and now, or how much does your mind wander to things that aren't actually happening? And your purpose. The purpose undergirds every part of this, because without a purpose or a real sense of what you're doing it for every day, everything else tends to fall apart. All right, so let's dig into what you need to master for your high performance. So number one is your psychology. And I just encourage you for a moment, close your eyes Maybe even put your hands on your heart center and just ask yourself honestly, are you living your truth? Take a deep breath into that one. And if you're not, why aren't you living your truth? Just be really honest with yourself. What's holding you back? And then turning it again to who you know you really are, beyond masks, beyond any perceived failures that you have in your life so far. What are 3 words that define who you really are and how you want to interact with others in your life? So just jot down 3 words, the first 3 that describe who you really are and how you want to interact with others in your life. And then ask yourself that deep personal question again, are you living those words? All right. And moving on to the next secret, it's your physiology. Are you rested and fully hydrated? Are you sleeping, eating, exercising, hydrating, gesturing, and speaking with passion to have the energy you deserve to go the long term in your mission? You know, there's so much talk, and you know what you need, but are you doing it? And why not? You know, are you keeping your water, your green tea close by? I was cheering for my son's soccer team, so my voice is a little gravelly today. But are you taking care of that beautiful vessel that you have? Getting enough sleep. Ariana Huffington, yeah. So, and productivity is also directly related to your physiology. So moving to this, what is your mission today? What are you looking forward to? And what must you accomplish to move forward in your life today? So high achievers, they know that they're in for the long term and that there are just small actions daily that will get them there. Are you doing those things? Are you even aware of what your mission is? All right, going on. Persuasion. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. So, are you developing influence? Are you demonstrating empathy and bold enthusiasm when you seek to influence others? I know as a mom, you know, I can kind of forget the bold enthusiasm thing with my boys sometimes. Just like, really, guys? And yet, if I want to influence with them, it's so important both to empathize. Remember who you're talking to. Where are they coming from? What, you know, there may be so many things that you don't know about their life. And then also, how can you boldly lift them up and bring them to a higher place? Persuasion. All the world's highest achievers are amazingly influential. All right, moving on. Presence. This might be my favorite, but they're all really good. But can you be present right here, right now? What level of presence do you bring to the moment? Are you giving yourself full presence for this presentation? What is your emotional and physical vibrancy and engagement in whatever you're doing throughout the day? And finally, the 6th secret is purpose. How can you stay on purpose and serve greatly right now? I don't care what the past has been, you can always get present and start now on your purpose. So I don't care what it's been in the past. Are you ready to stay on purpose from now on and really, really express the gifts that you have to give to the world? So I would be delighted to help you with this. On the next slide, I'll show you a little bit about my work. Oh, I forgot. We have the high performance principle #1. So I really believe that you can only achieve a small fraction of your potential on your own. And hiring mentors and remaining teachable is absolutely critical if you seek to consistently grow and evolve. It can't just be like a one-off thing. You always need to be engaged in something with mentors, with people that are challenging you and calling you out when you're not, hitting it. But it's so much more than accountability. It's really developmental. And being around people who have mastered things that you're in the process of mastering so that you're continuing to grow and evolve. And the high performance principle #2 is that powerful leaders, and I know whoever you are, you're a powerful leader if you're cultivating stamina and courage. So any long-term mission requires consistent daily action, and that requires a lot of stamina. And courage, it's all about coming from the heart. Courage is from French, courage. Cour is the heart. So it's not just about, blasting through your fear, but it's really letting your heart guide you into those unknown territories. And that's where the wild, sexy, free comes in. Lots of courage. That's a primary value and trait of mine. And high performers know that they are going to need the clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence for the long term. So in the work that I do, I guide you through 6 sessions to give you quick wins for clarity. Where are you going? Where do you want to go? Lift your energy up. I don't care who you are, you can master your energy more every day. It's exciting. We've got this lifetime to continue mastering things. Courage, again, moving from your heart and exploring your uncharted territories. Productivity, being mission-driven and having boundaries so that all the crap that wants your attention does not get in. Influence, and then having both the empathy and the bold enthusiasm and putting those into practice. In sessions 7 through 12, we go deeper into each of those. So we look again at productivity. We look deeply at persuasion. We look at your psychology, and we go even deeper into your mindset and how critical that is. We look at your physiology. What other tweaks and tune-ups do you need to have that consistent energy to be the great leader you are? Your presence. How can you be more engaged, more joyful in your everyday activities? And finally, your purpose. What is it? What is that foundational why that gets you up and moving every morning and feeling good and contributing to the world? So I would love to explore working with you, and all you have to do is fill out the application. Take some time, because these are deep questions, and it will benefit you even if you never send it back to me, which I really hope you will, because it would be a delight to review your application for a free strategy session. So the application is at karynamore.com/FAQ. And there you'll learn a little bit more about my particular program and have some of the common questions answered. You will find a link to the application, and then you need to email it back to me so I can review it and get back to schedule your free hour. We'll go deeper into all of the areas of high performance that I touched briefly on today. This is Transformational Tapas Tuesday, so you just get a little taste of the transformational work that I do deeply one-on-one with high achievers, high performers, who are really mission-driven. And it would just be a delight to spend an hour with you. And so that is the bulk of the presentation today. And if you have a little time to chat, one of the things I also love about Transformational Tapas Tuesday is inviting some guests. So I have a special beloved guest today who, let's see if she's ready to come on the camera. Da, 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 da. We have Miss Amma. We might have to, let's see, there she is. Miss Amma has been here participating and might have some questions. And you too, if you're logged on to the Google Plus Hangout, there's a Q&A. Oh, and we have a question from Wayne. Hey, Wayne, thank you so much for being here. So Wayne is asking, and then we'll get to your questions, Alma.
I like it.
Are high-performing achievers correlated to mostly business people or men, or what types of people does this apply to? Oh, that is a fantastic question. Thank you so much for asking that, Wayne. It applies to anyone who, across industries. So the characteristics that we talked about are really anyone who knows men and women who want to make a difference. You want to contribute your best to the world, and that might be as a mom. It might be because parent or a dad. I mean, it's moms, dads, aunts, uncles. It might just be having a really amazing influence on your kids. It could be business. It could be, you know, leading the world's technological innovations. These are characteristics, and the principles apply across industries to men and women, all industries. It's really more of a, if you saw yourself in those characteristics of being open, self-reliant, future-oriented, creatively expressed, you want to activate your life, then please fill out an application. Thank you, Wayne. That's a great question. Really great. Did you have any questions, Anna?
I do. Karyn, first of all, I want to tell you that it was really amazing. There's so much content. It was really content-rich.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I was thinking as I was listening and listening to all those amazing things that would be wonderful additions to my life, why do you think more people don't go for being high achievers? Do you think it is that it's just that they don't know the information? I mean, as I was listening to that, I was thinking, wow, I don't remember learning that in school. You know? So do you think it's fear, or do you think it's that people just simply don't know these tools?
That is a great question, too. It's probably a little of both, because all of the traits of high achievers and high performers can be learned. And part of it isn't taught, and part of it, there is a certain fear. And I hope to allay some of those fears, because a lot of high performance really is taking better care of yourself. It's not burning out, because then you can't consistently perform. And I also read a great article just today of a colleague of mine talking about how important the balance is. Because I know I've been on both sides of the equation where I was not taking good enough care of myself, and then when I flipped to the other side, I could kind of use that as an excuse to not keep growing and evolving and going outside my comfort zone. So there's this beautiful dance. It's really a dance every day of cultivating your inner guidance so that you really know, and then having the mentors and the community around you who are going to lovingly and yet insistently say, hey, Amma, I know how powerful you are, and I don't want to see you like doing that shit to yourself, you know, because so many people want to see you and know you and experience your gifts that if you're hiding them, I'm going to say, hey, woman, bring them out. Let them shine, you know?
I love it, Karyn. It just kind of brings up the second part of my question, which is, it sounds like it as I'm listening to you, but becoming a high performer, rather than it being this laborious thing, do you think that it can be fun?
Ha ha! Wild, sexy, free doesn't do it without the fun and the joy. It has to be driven and by the heart, and that's where the courage is. It's not like grit your teeth and oh my God, I got it. You know, it's like it's about opening your heart even more and opening it to the world. And it can be really scary, but let me tell you, it is so rewarding. And you know, going into your wild, it's both a wild fierceness, but there's also something about continually going into the unknown. It's really scary, but it's also extremely thrilling. And the sexy is all about feeling really good in your body, and that's that physiology, that energy of high performers. It's like, when you feel good in your own skin, men and women, it's so hot. It's hot. And then you're free to creatively express, free to shine bright in the world, free to keep, you know, and we all mess up. I mean, we all do. And then you're free to just dust off and learn from that and keep going. Because there's always something to learn, even if your face is flat in the dirt.
Get a facial way down there.
All right. Oh, Jan, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Any other questions? Selena, do you have any questions for us? And I want to introduce wonderful Selena before we get off of collaborative conversations. She is a superstar. Selena, will you come on and introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Selena Poole, and I'm helping Karyn with her Google Hangout today. We do have one additional question from Wayne in the blue box there, Karyn. It says,
thank you.
Can you talk a little bit more about how these principles can be used in your relationships and your personal life?
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. These principles will help you with all of your relationships, both. I'm going to just scoot a little closer to you, Amma, so that we're both here. Both at home and in whatever workspace you're in, whether you're an entrepreneur building a business on your own or you work professionally with a team, knowing how to manage your own mind and physiology, then you can build the influence that you want to have. And it comes from a place of love and openness rather than the darker shadow sides to, you know, wanting to motivate people by using harshness or, you know, disciplinary actions or any of that stuff that just doesn't feel good. So all of these principles, I'm so glad Amma asked that question too, and you too, Wayne, the better you feel and the more that you master your purpose, your presence, your psychology, your persuasion, all of your productivity, everything in your life just gets brighter, and your relationships respond immediately. People will come to you and they'll trust you, and it's really exciting to see what a big difference it makes in relationships. So thanks for asking that question. Yeah. Yeah, and if you're participating in the Hangout now, the Q&A bar is open. You do need to be logged into a Gmail account for that to show up. But really happy that Jan and Wayne joined live and that Alma was able to be here today to ask her questions here. Present.
Karyn, we actually have lots of people who've been on in the audience, who've been signed on. So thank you for everyone who was here and listened to this great conversation.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. And if you have any additional questions, you can ask them. I do hope that if you recognize that you would like to master these principles of high achievers, do go to KarynAmore.com/FAQ. It's right here on the screen. Fill out that application. Do it for you. Send it back to me because you have nothing to lose. It's about an education experience. I'd be delighted to review your application and get in touch with you if I think we might be a good fit to go a little farther. No pressure, and yet it's your time. And it's my joy to offer this to you. So thank you so much for being with us today. And thank you, Alma, for coming over. And go out and crush it and just really enjoy being you and everything you have to give.